gorgeous babes! Welcome back to another eye makeup tutorial. I've got a surprise today though. Right now I'm prepping my skin. We're gonna do some foundation, a spot treat with some tea tree oil. So any bacteria decides they want to build up on my skin, it'll get it. And I'm gonna take a little bit of glycolic acid, another treatment. I've been so excited lately. So many of you have subscribed to my channel, and I just cannot thank you so much for watching my tutorials. And I know by your comments that you're like there the whole time, and I'm absolutely loving that. I want to thank Amy Sorrell because she leaves such thoughtful comments. It's so exciting to see her watch my videos, know exactly what I'm talking about, and to grab tips from these videos. That just warms my heart. A video on my holy grail products. Now, tell me what you guys think down in the comments. Right now, I'm just priming. I'm using the Tarte Timeless Pores Primer, and I use that on my T-zone because it's a thick primer and it's a very matte primer, and it'll keep me from shining throughout the day. And then what I do with the rest of my face is I've kind of gotten used to this Problem primer by Touch in Soul. I got it in Boxy Luxe back in like March, and I like it. Although I get tons of primers every month in the subscription boxes, I don't like all of them, you know? This one kind of, for the rest of my face, it feels good and it works. So I'm going to quickly, you know me, my water and my cigarette, put on my favorite foundation as I get a phone call that I'm not going to answer. And we're going to talk about makeup. So yeah, I've been noticing, like right now, I think I'm almost at 1.8K subscribers. And a lot of my videos are getting really good engagement, and I'm super excited about it. I am growing as a makeup artist, and I'm learning new things, and it's very exciting to see people message me and say, hey, I really love your videos. I love the way that you do your makeup. I find that it works for me. Thank you for sharing these tips and all that stuff. And like, honestly, I want to cry. I'm like, aw, I appreciate this so much. I even had a company, a fairly new makeup company, I'm not going to mention them just yet, reach out to me and ask me if I would review a full set of their brushes. And I said, absolutely. So I'm waiting to hear back from them. We're going to decide how we're going to do this, and we'll see what happens from there. But I think that's really neat. So a lot of awesome things are happening. People are sharing my videos, retweeting their videos, and I just can't thank you guys enough, really, from the bottom of my heart. A lot of you, I read all of your comments, and I will comment back on every single comment. And then once in a while, I will check my spam, and there'll be a few in there that I'm not sure how they got there. But if I don't reply to one of your comments, it's because it's been in spam and I haven't seen it yet. Now I want to brighten up my eyes, and I'm looking to Kat Von D's highlight and contour palette, and I'm using this middle shade. It is the yellowish color because it really brightens up that area, and I'm loving it. It just makes such a huge difference. Like, I've used concealers. This is a cream. Concealers can sometimes crease. I don't care who and what, they just do. There are certain ones I've had crease, especially lately. And when you're putting on makeup and you're over 35, me being over 40, you do not want to look like you have makeup stuck in lines. That's just not something that I feel is attractive. So, and then, of course, when you're over 40 and you go to put on your makeup and you find these little hairs that are just not supposed to be there. There's no place for hair here or yeah, no, not liking that at all. Okay, so now I'm going to set this, and I'm going to take, like, if I can I washed all my brushes. They're like everywhere. I've been reorganizing so many things. A foundation brush, this one right here. And I want to go in. I was using Jeffree Star's setting powder. It was the banana, but I'm finding it's getting a little dark. So I'm going to try this new Becca one that came out in, what was it, BoxyCharm? And we're going to just set this right here. I'm not putting concealer anywhere else on my face because I really feel that sometimes less is more. And right there, I think we're doing okay. Obviously, I haven't done my brows yet, but I've been playing with them and tweezing them and trying to get them to grow back and all that fun stuff. The 90s really screwed up my brows. That happened to anyone else? Yeah. I like to use the Benefit Brow Pencil and Anastasia's Dip Brow in Caramel to do my brows. And I really, really like a nice light line. There we go. And if you want to line your top brow, be mindful that you're going to have to turn your face to do it. And you just want to do it right at the tip of where the hairs are, so it looks as natural as possible. And sometimes I always have one brow come out better than the other, and it's just super annoying. But in all honesty, I have one eye that's higher than the other and one brow that's higher than the other, and I make it to where it doesn't look that way, or I try to. Okay, so now that I've lightly lined my brows, this one has a higher arch than the other, and it's so freaking annoying because you want it to look natural. Okay, so now I'm going to use something to fill it in, and I've been using Iconic London to do this. It's a brow cushion, they call it, and really it's like a wet sponge. And I don't like the brush that they give me in here, but I don't think I have another angled brush to use right now. So I'm going to dip onto the lightest color in here, which is kind of dark, but for my hair, it works. And what I'm going to do is just kind of color that in. Especially where there isn't hair. Now that we're on to the fun part, since I've got my brows done, I'm going to grab my MAC paint pot, which I find works best. I've used all different kinds of concealers on my eyes, and some of them are just too thick to work. I don't want the color to bunch up. I want it to look nice and smooth and blended. Now, I do not have an eye look in mind, but I am going to be using the new Jackie Aina palette. So I'm super excited about that. I'm kind of scared though, because this is a different type of palette, and I'm just not sure where I want to go with these colors, because there are a lot of mattes and there are a lot of shimmers too. And I kind of want to do a bold look, but at the same time, don't know how these colors are going to work on my skin tone. So, down Supreme as my transition shade. because I think this is the safest way to go since the other colors look a little bit darker. And of course, I will put the colors on the screen for you. I'm just taking a fluffy blending brush, and I'm not adding much product. You know, ABH, a lot of I've been pretty much happy with almost every single palette I've bought from them. Their colors are pigmented. They do have fallout. Fallout is definitely not a deal breaker for me because I really feel that the ones with fallout sometimes are the ones that blend the best. Has anyone else discovered that? Leave me a comment, let me know, because some of them that don't blend are just not pigmented for some reason. I don't know how that works, but that's that, right? Okay, so now I've got a transition shade down. I'm going to put this brush aside, because I'm going to use it again. I'm going to pick my shimmer colors here that I want to use, and I got my setting spray, and I'm going to use, this is a unique brush. I haven't used unique products in a very long time, but you want something dense when you're trying to put on color. You don't want something fluffy, okay? This is pretty dense. It's going to hold the color very well. I'm thinking of going in with a lighter color in the corner here. So let's start out with Trust Issues. And this one, it seems to kind of almost be translucent to me. Like it's not really a shade. Does that make sense? It's almost like a glitter topper, like if you put on a lipstick, a nice matte lipstick, and then you want to put something over it. That's how that feels to me. It doesn't look like it's doing the job of a color all on its own. So I'm going to retire that brush for a minute, and I'm going to grab another pretty much dense brush. I'm going to wet it. My dog's sitting on the floor. Sorry, I got you wet, Kona. And I'm going to go over with something else. I think I'm going to try either Zam or Soleil. Let's go with Soleil. It looks a little lighter. And we're going to go right over that. And this has a better consistency. Okay. I do like that better, but I might end up switching and changing it again. I don't know. We'll have to see. This palette obviously is super popular right now, and it looks excellent on women of darker skin tones. I've seen that, but it's supposed to also be for us lighter gals too. So that's why I'm excited to try it and see it and all that stuff. And I think I want to, I want to go in with a matte shade right now. Try a nice matte shade with this tiny little Morphe brush. I love this brush because it packs on the color so nicely. Oh wow, look at that. Oh, I'm loving this purple right now. Super pigmented. Oh, that's crazy. I love it. Yeah. Hello, pigment. Very nice. Look at that. Yes. I am loving it. Okay. You know this color is going to stand out. That's what I want. I'm loving that so much right now. And I am going to change the middle of my lid, so I'm going to put that color a little bit more over there. And do the same thing on this side. What I'm also think I'm going to do with this color as well is line right here. Look at the difference. Do you see that? You can always wet a shadow and use it for eyeliner, whether it's on the waterline, underneath the waterline, or on top of the lid. It does not matter. Most quality shadows will allow it. And some drugstore products will as well, too. So I'm in awe of that purple right now. Like, wow. That's amazing. Oh, so I'm super excited about that color. Okay, I'm going to retire this brush and I'm going to let this dry for a minute or two. Crease brush, and I want to go over this purple right where my crease is, and I want to blend that in with that transition shade. I didn't add any product. I just want to blend it. Because when you wet a shadow, obviously the end part of it is going to stick out quite a bit more than you not wetting a shadow and placing it on the eye. So we want to soften that line in the crease and blend that up with that transition shade that we have used to where it looks like that. So we've softened it. Oh, it's so pretty though. So pretty. I'm loving that. Okay, at this point, I am loving this look. I am definitely loving this look. I am going to go back in with that brush that I used to do the inner corner. And I'm going to wet it a little bit. And I'm going to take, let's try Zam, which is a little bit of a different color right here to kind of blend these. Let's see how it blends. Zam is a little bit darker of a shimmer, but I wanted to see if it would blend. And it did. It blended it pretty good. Give me that brush here, because more of that shimmer than I wanted got over there. Okay, so now we have it to where we're doing okay. We're liking it. Kind of just go over that part, make sure it's nice. And then we've got a little bit of a shimmer, and then we've got that matte. So that works there. Now what I want to do is take my fluffy brush that I used in the beginning with Supreme, And I'm going to dab it back in Supreme and go around the outer edges. Because that was my base color and I don't want to lose that. And I'm not going to. It's just a matter of the colors that I used were so much, well, the purple's so much darker. Then I want to make sure that pink stays and stands out a little bit more. Okay, now here comes the really, really fun part. We get to do, let me just add a little purple right here. The lower lash line. And should we do it with the pink or do you think we should do it with the purple? What do you think? I'm going to take a really, really flat brush, kind of like this. It's an angled one, but we're going to do that. We're going to spray it. And we're going to dip it in Supreme. Like that. We're going to start here. And we're going to lightly coat underneath that waterline. Where did that lash line? With this color. And we're going to kind of flick it up a little bit. Okay, now that we've done that, we're going to take the crease brush that we put nothing on, but basically use the purple for, and smoke that out a little. Kind of like that. See how the difference? We don't want straight or harsh lines. We want to look like everything blends perfectly, like the color's supposed to be there. See how that works? I'm liking that. That's a nice, really, really pretty, almost everyday, but kind of like, okay, pops out a little bit look. Yeah, I'm totally okay with that. What I am going to do though, is I'm going to take, because I've seemed to lost some of it from blending that out, some of the purple on my waterline. Whew, I love that. Let it dry. And now it's time to decide if we want to do a wing on this look or not, and if we want to do a black liner. I'm thinking a black liner and a wing, but you know your girl loves her wings. She loves her wings. And now I'm like cheating. I'm using this stamp because it's really cute and it actually works and it saves me some time. You just kind of bring it up to the eye and pop that baby in there. Look at that. Hello, wing. Thanks. And I think they offered me when I went and did the review online, they offered me like a 10% code. So if that's still there and they've approved it, I'm going to go ahead and give it to you guys because maybe you guys want to get these. These were like $13.99. Okay, so now that I have done that wing, 2 hands and a steady hand. I am resting my elbow on my knee, and I am totally going to follow this all the way over. Kona, please stop licking my foot. It's distracting. And I'm going to do a nice, thin, black line because I do not want to take away from my sparkles here. Okay. And I'm going to do a tiny bit of one underneath just to give it depth. Soft, small strokes if you're new at this, or if you just want to make sure it's precise. Then I'm going to connect that wing to that upper line. See that? You hear my son in the background? He's crazy. Try to do the other eye because I can't really rest my arm. Sorry guys. It's not your phone, it's mine. Okay. Now I gotta connect that wing. And I'm gonna go a little bit extra down here. Oh, I love it. That wing seems like it stood out a little bit more than that one though. Why did it do that? That one looks a little bit bigger. There we go. Let's just fix it. There. Much better. Oh my gosh, do you like? Pretty, right? All right, let's pick out some lashes. All right, so I got my lashes. Ooh, this brush. Woo. And now I am putting on some bronzer. I used the new lashes that came in BoxyCharm, Lashaholic. Ooh, I'm liking these babies too. Oh, I'm letting the glue dry on my eyes before I put on mascara. And we're gonna do a little bit. Sorry guys. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit of blush, and I'm thinking I'm gonna go with this Tarte palette here, the Tartiest, and I'm gonna use both of these pinks. And I'm just gonna kind of add some. Okay, now I want to choose highlight, and I want to choose some highlight. Where's my little highlighting brush? There you are. I want to go with, I think, the Brain Freeze palette, or do I want to do the e.l.f.? Let me get the Brain Freeze. Brain Freeze, here it is. Cold Shoulder Freeze Tag or Frozen Fruit. You know what? Let's try the Frozen Fruit for the brow bone. Oh yeah. That will totally work. And the inner corner highlight. And this is the Jaclyn Hill inner corner highlight. I really think this makes it look. It really brings this look together. I enjoyed using this palette very much. Yeah, that definitely, I'm loving it. Highlighting brush. I'm always looking around because I have so many of these things. It is crazy. Do you hear them all? All right, we're going to use this one. I'm going to stick with the frozen fruit. Look. Hi, highlight. Yes. Oh, I'm loving this. I love the different variety in this palette too for colors. There's a bluish, a whitish, a goldish. And it just makes it, you know? Like, yeah, hi, natural look. All right, so now I want to, before I put on my mascara, setting spray. Some Jeffree Star. Liquid lip. Let's make sure it's perfect. We can go over it with Scandal if we want. Or we can use a different type of topper. But I like how these dry down and they don't come off on my e-cig. Oh yeah, that works. Not too bold of a lip because I don't want to take away from my eyes. Little hairspray on the hair. And we should be good to go. My final look and my final thoughts. I do think that the Jackie Aina palette in collaboration with ABH is very, very pretty. I did have a bit of trouble with trust issues, and I noticed that it just doesn't feel like a color. It feels like it's just adding glimmer or glitter, or that was that. Now I used Bigwig, I used Zam, Soleil, and Supreme. And the only one I did not like was the trust issues. So I'm going to have to continue to use this palette and dabble into the other colors to see if they are as blendable as most of them are or not. But overall, so far, I'm liking it. I think you did a great job, Jackie. Okay, guys, so thanks so much for joining me for another video. Did you like this look? Is there anything that you would have changed about it, done about it? Do you have this palette? Comment below. Thanks so much for watching me. Thank you for all the likes, for the subscribing. I'm so appreciative. I love you guys. I'll see you in the next one.